We are so blessed to have General Snowden here today. He is the senior surviving veteran of the battle for Iwo Jima.
Well, I visited the commandant a couple of months ago to nail down some details about my forthcoming trip to Iwo Jima in March. He started by saying, and I quote, "In the history of the Marine Corps, there are two iconic battles, Belleau Wood for World War I and Iwo Jima for World War II. As long as I am commandant, I will support the anniversaries of those battles. As long as I am commandant and there are survivors who wish to return to Iwo Jima, they will have my support." Then he was generous enough to turn to me and said, "General Snowden, I want to thank you for being the shepherd, the leader of those survivors who want to keep the legacy of that battle alive." Well, when I think about Iwo Jima today, there's a word that pops into my mind. That word is incredible. My fellow survivors here would understand, and I think they would share the belief with me, that it's incredible that we survived the bloodiest battle of World War II. In my own case, I think it's incredible that I'm just a couple of months from my 91st birthday and I can still talk about it 6 or 7 years later. But I've read accounts that said that when the flag went up, Marines all over the island stood up and cheered. Not where I was. The Marine who stood up gave his life away because we were heavily engaged against a defensive position on that first airfield. And any Marine who stood up was offering his life to the victims over there. Well, the fact is, the victory that flag suggested did not happen until 36 days of vicious, violent, bloody, close combat went by. In that 36 days, 23,000 were wounded, almost 23,000 Japanese defenders lost their lives, and we had 6,000 Marines died in that contest. Well, when Joe Rosenthal died at age 94, it was my personal privilege to be here to be master of ceremonies for the service in which we honored Joe right here in this Memorial Club. It was a tremendous ceremony and very emotional with his family here. And we learned again what a humble man Joe Rosenthal was. But I'll tell you, he loved the Marines. Joe used to say, "Yes, I took the picture, but it was the Marines that took Iwo Jima." He never wanted credit for what he did. He wanted credit to go to the Marines that he had come to love.